So that is the musical recipe that puts together the band we've got live in the studio with me tonight. That is a bit of the Greenhorns. You heard Patch and Skies. Before that, it was Brendan Benson with Tiny Spark. And you also heard the White Stripes with We're Gonna Be Friends. And if you put kind of one Brendan Benson, one White Stripe, 2/5 of Greenhorns, you get the Raconteurs. And I'm very pleased to say that we have the Raconteurs here. Hello. Jack White.
Hey,
hello.
how are you?
Hey.
Jack Lawrence, Brendan Benson. Hello.
Hi.
Patrick. Hello. So how are you doing? I mean, I guess the first question is, you've been in the UK a couple of weeks. You've been playing a number of shows. Have you had fun? Is it going well?
It's going swimmingly. Very
Yes.
good. Very nice.
Are these the first ever Raconteurs shows?
These are the first, yep.
Why did you choose the UK to play first?
Because you are still blessed with the beauty of the single.
Ah.
The single, the 45, the CD with one song. No, it's just classic that way. We just like the idea of the single, and let's go do it the way it's supposed to be done, and let's go promote the single. Let's support the single. Let's play our first shows over there because the single's coming out. Fellas, hey, is anyone listening? It was that kind of a thing.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So Steady As She Goes was the first single, which will be coming out in April. You released a nice, very limited edition vinyl version that's now selling on eBay for ridiculous amounts of money. Well, of £150, £200, something like that.
Right.
How do you feel about all that kind of
I feel great because I have
collector
100 copies of it. I'm joking. No, it's we're re-releasing that same 45, that same vinyl again when the single goes on sale at stores here. So
I've put out the word to the listeners to see if they had any questions for you. And there's quite a few people excited. They've seen you play a number of shows so far on the tour. And Amy wants to know whether you're going to continue to play in small venues. Do you like playing in small venues? Is that what the Raconteurs is all about?
Man,
what do you think?
If it were up to me, sure, I would love to. I'd love to play small venues. But you know, that's sort of not up to me.
I think we're always going to do it, though. We're always going to do that because it's too fulfilling to not do that. It's so intimate, to get to be that close with the people. It's just it feels better, Yeah. We've got Paul Bellamy listening, and he says you were staggeringly brilliant in Liverpool, by the way. And he's got a question for Brendan Benson, saying, when you were writing the lyrics for the Raconteurs songs, weren't you tempted to keep some of the songs for your own solo album? It's kind of hard when you're tied up.
That's right.
Write them down. Do it.
No, no, it was a... Would you guys stop pushing me?
There's some gentle pushing going on in the studio.
I was just really focused so much on Raconteurs, the task at hand, and no, I don't think of it that way. I mean, I'll just...
we got all the time in the world, B. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it applies to the rest of you as well. I mean, if you hit a great riff and thought, hang on a minute, might want to keep that bass line.
That's when you just don't tell the other. You just don't tell the other guys about it. I think you just know where the song's supposed to go. I think Brendan knows what felt right for the four of us to play together, and what felt exciting for us to all take a stab at, writing together, performing together. So yeah, that's how it goes.
We've got a few different listeners around the world. Kathleen Lambert in Philadelphia says, much love to you and the boys. And somebody else lives in LA, Jen, and she wants to know when you're going to be playing in your home country.
They're talking about America, I assume.
Yes, as in your, yeah.
Or is that...
Very soon. We're playing one show in New York next week, and then more to come.
Yeah, and we've got a listener in Australia, Joanna Fay, says, what does Raconteurs mean?
It's a medical term, which means storyteller.
Storyteller. Okay, so there you go, Joanna.
I thought it meant buy a dictionary.
It does, yeah.
Colin in Glasgow wants to know, at the live shows, the Raconteurs have sounded really tight and organised for a band that's only played a handful of shows. Have they been rehearsing like crazy, or does it just come naturally?
Good question. Thanks, Colleen, for asking. I'd like to answer this next question in two parts, if I could. No, I think it's both, isn't it? I mean, sometimes you just some things just flow out of you, and some things are rehearsed. I mean, but the good point about this band is that we made a rule that you can't make a mistake in this band. And
But you go ahead and watch me try.
Yes. So that alleviates a lot of a worry about doing it tight. Plus, we don't want to play it exactly like it is on the record or anything like that. That would be boring to you, the listener, and to us, the performer. Thank you very much. We've been talking to Jack White on XFM. We'll be right back.
Bruce says, please ask the lads if the album is going to be released on vinyl. It was a great disappointment to me that Get Behind Me, Satan was not released on vinyl. I did get Brendan's last LP on vinyl. Thank you, Brendan. And he's also hoping that the Greenhorns will release some of their stuff on vinyl. I'd love to have a 45 for Patterned Skies. So, vinyl, is it coming out on vinyl, the album?
Yeah, of course it is. Of course.
Super duper duper vinyl.
Super duper vinyl.
It's a new industry term.
The newest.
And somebody else, I can't find their name right now, but they were asking about Liverpool. Again, somebody different in Liverpool. And they were saying, why did you choose Liverpool as the place to start the tour on? Was that your decision?
It actually just kind of happened to start that way. It was no predetermined decision, just ended up being that way. And I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of nice. What a nice blessing. Some of the good, the best crowds in England really are up there, and we've had some of our best shows, all of us collectively,
respectively, I think have had. I mean, I
collectively and respectively.
Yeah, and yeah.
I understand, Jack, in Scotland you're wearing a kilt.
That's not true. That's a dirty lie, and you know it, John.
I know it. I've got it on good authority. No, I think it might have been a Douglas tartan, was it? I'm not sure.
No, it was a oh damn, what was it? I forget what it. No, that wasn't that. It was, I forget. But Lamont, I think. Was it a Lamont?
Okay, right.
No, I thought it was JJ.
Anyways, it wasn't my clan. It wasn't my McPherson clan is my clan, but it wasn't that. Yeah, I just, I thought it was about time, Yeah. I'm Scottish, so it's about time I represent. Right?
How did it feel playing in a kilt? Was it good? Liberating?
It was nice, yeah.
A new dimension?
A new dimension in sound, yeah, it was.
In the air.
The night I saw you, the other night, you played a love song. I think it was A House Is Not a Motel. And somebody else was inquiring about whether you have other covers in your repertoire, because obviously there's only 10 songs on the album, and you play for an hour when you play live. I mean, do you chuck in a few other covers? Do you work it out beforehand? Do you just kind of say, right, let's do this?
I knew a bunch, but they turned out to all be Greenhorn songs. But so we decided not to.
Yeah, we do what do we just one, a couple others or one other? I don't know. We do It Ain't Easy by let's see, what's his name? Ron Davies, I think. David Bowie did it on his Ziggy Stardust record. And it seems that every time we get together, we start playing someone else's song.
There's a lot of them. We just picked a couple to play this trip,
Yeah. Are they good representations of where the Raconteurs are coming from?
I don't really necessarily think so. It's hard to do a cover sometimes in a band because it almost feels like it's some endorsement or some statement or something. But yeah, I think they just felt like songs we all liked playing, and that sounded pretty cool. Then it was something we'd be interested in. Songs we thought carried on.
Easy to play.
Yeah, that were easy to play. We picked the easiest ones to play, and that's it. That's pretty cool.
And I mean, it looks like you're having a great time on stage.
That's not true either. Where are you getting all this stuff from?
With my own eyes. I saw it. I witnessed it.
Well, I like it. It's okay.
We have a really experienced lighting engineer.
Yeah.
And he really makes it.
He's great.
He's great.
Yeah.
So I've got 4 of you in the room. You are the Raconteurs, but on stage there's a 5th member. Who is this 5th member?
Ooh, you've dug deep. No, that's
Pay no attention to the man behind the screen.
That's Mr.
They're going to take us to the break. We'll see you.
That's Dean Fertitta. He's a friend of ours from way back, and he was a lead singer in a band called the Waxwings, and he's been playing with Brendan on tour for a while, and we just thought we'd have another person help us out on some of the other things. Like
he had the right hair.
Not that we needed it, though.
Not that we needed any help.
We just get a little lonely.
Yeah, we do get lonely on the road. So,
and he's going to be playing with you tonight.
Yes, he will.
Good.
Do you like how I thought about that?
Because you're going to move into the other studio now in order to play some songs, and I'm looking forward to it very much. Thanks very much. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks,
this is a very special occasion, the Raconteurs on XFM, and we're linking up across the UK. And yeah, thanks a lot. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having us.
us.
We're going to take a break, and after the break, we'll have the Raconteurs live on XFM.